Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the special edition of 2020 Inside the Headset. We're on a Saturday. We're going to talk to all of them, but right now we're over at the reservation, and we've got on the phone with us the head coach of the Riverdale Warriors, head coach Will Kriesky. How you doing today, Coach?
Good, Stork. How you doing? I
I'm
appreciate
doing.
you having me on today, man. I'm just glad we're having the opportunity to talk a little football and get a chance to play a little football in about less than a week, Coach. You
Yep,
know, it's going to be good for us.
yep. You know, it's coming along good. You finished the season out, and you went out in about the second round of the playoffs, third round, second round. When did you go out?
No, we got beat the first round. We got beat
First
by Mount
round.
Juliet in the first
Yeah,
round.
Mount Juliet. Yeah, should
Close
have won
game.
that game. Should have won that game.
Yes, we should have.
Should
That's
have
something
won
we
that
had
game,
forgot,
Coach.
and we've used that all season to motivate us.
Well, that's good. That's good. Let's talk about your building first. That's one of the big things over at Riverdale High School you've been working on. How's that building coming along?
Man, that building is rolling along. We should have our lockers in by the end of the month, and our flooring for our weight room should be in sometime next week. So we just got a letter to occupy the building. So man, Stork, if you can look at a positive in the last 4 or 5 months, that's one thing I can look at positive and say, and our kids have been walking around and been in it, and they're amazed. So that's something really positive that's been going on over at Riverdale.
Well, and a lot of people don't know it, but you all been walking in and out. The school was it was one of the first schools designed. It didn't really have a place for the football team, and neither did Oakland. Neither one of them had a spot, and it's tough to get that money together. But the facility and everything, and just being able to put your equipment away and knowing where everything is, and then being able to have your own team meetings and not be able to have to go into the school and are the kids walking around the school, and I mean it's a lot of different things a lot of people don't think about on a day-to-day process. You having that building or any coach having that type of facility to be able to execute on a daily basis.
Yes. It's everybody will be under one roof. Our freshman group will have a locker room in there. Our varsity group will have a locker. We got team meetings. We got a team meeting room in the facility. We have a coach's office for the building, and then we have the weight room. It's a 10,500 square foot building, so it's going to be when it's complete, it's going to be a top of the line facility, and we're very fortunate over at Riverdale.
That's good. That's good. How are things? And let's talk numbers. Are you up a little bit in numbers over at Riverdale?
We're kind of about the same. We've had some inconsistency and some younger kids due to the virus and things like that. Things
Okay.
going on. So
Is that going to
nice,
cut you?
well,
Is that going to cut you a little short in freshman ball or sophomore
it's our sophomore class. And
Okay,
our sophomore
sophomores.
class, it's still trying to recover. That's the class that we lost a lot of those kids to Rockville and the transition and things like that. So, but it's going to be once we all get in the school building, I think we'll see things back to normal.
Okay. And so where did you land? About 72 to 78.
Yeah, we're close between the 70 and 80. Pushing the higher 70s.
Yeah, I figured that. That's just me gazing on the sidelines from the past. I'm just trying to picture some practices where we would have our inside the headset and everything. Any changes in your coaching staff or anything going on that front?
We've added some younger coaches to the staff, but no, the majority of the staff is still the same. I was able to pick up Gentry Bonds. Played for us.
Yes, sir.
He's back. He's back in town, and so he's helping out with the freshman team, and so we still have Nick Peterson. He played offensive line for us in 2016, and he's still on the staff. So we've been very fortunate. I've been everybody else is still there. Still got Bobby Wells trucking along, and Coach Rail still helping with the defense, and Kelly with the offense.
Right.
Coach Vassar and Pelcher. Yeah, I've got them all still there, so we're fortunate. I'm very fortunate. And Ricky Field, you can't forget the legendary Ricky Field. So I've been fortunate to keep them all around, and I didn't have a coach leave this offseason. So I guess that's a blessing.
Yeah, and bringing back a quarterback that jumped in and played a little bit last year, and the Holcomb kid. And you're looking, and I'm sure he looks a lot sharper now, and probably threading the needle with some of his passes and extending plays. And you're expecting a lot out of him. Not trying to be mean, but he's got a lot of football knowledge, and you expect him to get out there and perform on Friday night.
Yeah, we do have high expectations for him, and we expect him to go out and perform and do his thing and play football. And he's been around the game for a long time, and that's all he knows, and that's all his father knows, and that's what they love. And it's hopefully it'll be a good experience for us.
Well, and how are you going to look on defensive side of the ball? You like that side of the ball this year, Coach?
I do, but not having any of these scrimmages kind of doesn't help you sleep a little at night, but that's part of it. We replaced Gaston Haney and DJ Moyers. Both those kids were
man. You can It's hard to replace them.
Yeah. Those are some outstanding football players. Both of them are at Tennessee Tech right now playing football. So, anytime you get an OVC scholarship, that shows what type of football player you were for a high school program. And we still got Alex Mitchell back. He's lead us at linebacker, and you got the two Herring brothers, and then you have Javon Nelson. You remember Javon's played defensive end for us last few years, and we and then we have CJ Johnson and Zaylen McKinney back. We got to replace a linebacker and 3 DBs, so and then replace outside linebacker Elijah and Caleb Herring. Elijah started for us last year, but Caleb's coming in and as a sophomore playing a little bit. He has picked up some attention this offseason, and also Marcus Lloyd, a running back linebacker for us, and has the opportunity to play a lot more defense.
Special teams, you going to be okay?
Yeah, we got some kickers that's come along, and we're excited about them. Both of them done great this offseason. They've gotten better every practice. Special teams is another thing. You worry about not having any live. We've done live inter-squad scrimmages and things like that. But when Friday night kicks off, it's just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Whenever you do special teams for a Friday night game, but I think we've come a long way, so we're excited to see that.
Well, and talk about your Friday night. Talk a little bit about that game, and what do you think about it?
Man, you go from Clarksville Northeast to CPA. And CPA, Coach Martin does an excellent job. He's consistently everybody kind of strives to do what Coach Martin does because he's consistently playing in December. And if you're consistently playing in December, you have a heck of a football program. And, he has a really good quarterback. And the Cade Law, and he can play some football. And he has a Patterson, the Patterson kid, has picked up a lot of Power Fives. I don't know if you remember his brother, Kane Patterson.
Yes,
played at Clemson. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they got a lot of talent returning from that state runner-up team.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. With them, you've got a little bit of film. So did you dig up the last? Now that you decide to play CPA and talk about that, Coach. So Clarksville Northeast, I guess it was. When did you hear about that?
Well, last Tuesday, 2 Tuesdays ago, we figure out, Northeast calls and says, hey, Coach, the county has shut us down. We're not able to play. I'm sorry about that. So you kind of go scrambling and
did they forfeit?
And start making some calls.
Coach, did they forfeit their whole season and they're done for the season and it's no fall sports in Montgomery County schools?
No, sir. They're going to play 2 weeks later.
Okay.
Start when everybody's starting their week 3, that'll be their week 1.
Okay, so pick it up from there. So you start scrambling. So
yeah, I talked to a few teams from East Tennessee, and we were trying to get things hooked up, and then Coach Martin reached out to me and said, Coach, I'll do whatever it takes. And I asked him would he come to our place, and he said, yes, sir. And so we signed it up and worked out a good deal. And you look at it as it's my job to get. I don't know how long this season will be. Hopefully we get 10
You
games
just said
in
it.
this season.
You just said it. If we get to the Battle of the Borough, I'll be thrilled. I'll be
yes,
I'll
yes, and
be
that's what I was
thrilled.
trying to tell my kids this week. Like nothing's tomorrow's not guaranteed.
No,
So, I did what I could. It's my job to make sure I get these seniors an opportunity to run on that field one time, and that's what I did when Coach Martin reached out and we worked on it. We both, he wants the same thing for his program, so we both came to agreement and worked it out, and it's going to give us an opportunity, for both of our teams to be able to play next Friday.
got off the phone with Rick Rice over at Rockville. They're going to try to load the stadium at about a third of it. Is that what you're looking at, and try to keep people separated and maybe groups of 4 or something like that, and just kind of watch everybody and everybody be tentative and have a seat and
Yeah,
watch a game and be quiet and try to take care of everybody?
yeah. I hope they're not too quiet. I hope they're rowdy.
Well,
I like when the Warriors are a little rowdy in the stands.
well, I hope so, but yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying, but I mean,
Yeah, but yeah, I understand. Yeah, Miss Tamara Blair and Lee Nation is working on a great plan for us and for our fans. It's they say about 130. I think our county principals came up with maybe about 1,500 capacity.
okay.
I just I'm just glad I'm gonna be on the field when that 1501 guy walks up or mom walks up and tries to get in. So.
I hear you. I hear you.
It's different times, but they're trying to keep everybody healthy and safe and provide the best environment to
Well,
get these kids to play.
and maybe we spread that stadium like we used to years ago, and tell some of the fans, if you want to stand, go on down there. Just stand, 6 feet apart. You can lean up against the gate or whatever when the band comes or whatever. You know what I'm talking about down there along
Yep.
the gate. And you never know. I mean, it's just whatever. I mean, stack them in where we can get 6 feet. I
Yes,
mean,
yeah, yeah. Luckily, Mr. Nation and Coach Field worked together, and this morning I took a group of dads and we loaded up some extra bleachers that we're borrowing from Patterson Park Community Center, and we're going to spread
there
them
you
out to
go. There
give
you
our
go.
fans and our student section. We're gonna put our
Solutions.
band behind
Solutions.
one goalpost and our student section behind the other goalpost, and I think it's going to provide a neat atmosphere for our players on the field.
I tell you what, Coach Kriesky, I applaud you. I do hope I've got you on the schedule. You know that. I am coming to Riverdale. I believe we've got Riverdale and Franklin coming up, and hope we get to that one and whatnot. Coach, anything else you'd like to say? I know a lot of people are doing a lot of things over at Riverdale High School, and you got a lot of thank yous and stuff, but anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I just just tell everybody thank you, appreciate it, and like I just said, Miss Blair and Mr. Lee Nation are doing their best to let everybody in, as many people in as possible, and if there's not a chance that you don't get in, stand outside on that fence, cheer us on, watch. Because I want it to be a normal high school experience. I mean, it's just not about football players. It's about the seniors in the band that should have that same opportunity to be able to march on that field. And with all the health restrictions and things like that, I don't know if they will. I don't know if all the cheerleading parents will get in and things like that. And CPA, they're wanting to bring 600-700 people. And I would love for it to be a normal atmosphere. And unfortunately, that's not the times we're in. But I just want to say I just appreciate everybody that's been over backwards to get us to this point to help us play football.
Well, hopefully everything will work out, and we'll get to week 2. That's the most important thing, is to get through week 1 and get to week 2.
Yes, it is, Stork, man. And I appreciate you taking time and
Well,
doing these shows. I know it's different. I know you like to come to the
I
practice
do.
and be alive, but I really appreciate you taking time on a Saturday afternoon to help us promote our kids and promote our programs and promote our community, man. That means a lot to me, and I know all these other high school coaches.
Well, I'm gonna. In fact, I've got to run to Rock Hill, South Carolina. I got to get a landlord to sign an electrical easement for a new tower. So I'm working on that, Coach. I'm trying to get that done. So I need to do that before I get into the broadcast. But you are right. I love coming over to the schools here locally, and it's something I've been doing for 10 years is just riding around and talking to everybody and plus visiting with the kids for a moment. They're always asking me about behind the lens and all that other
Yeah.
stuff, and they enjoy that. And that is something I'm kind of working on, but we're still going to do it. But I may change it up a little bit, but I'm going to try to be creative, but we're going to get it done. But
Yeah, your ears must have been burning because my kids, we were coming off the practice field 2 days ago, and my kids asked me where you were and when the interviews were going to start.
Well, I always enjoy seeing them, and I bet they're growing up. And have you had a good summer?
Yeah. We've had a real good summer, enjoyed it, and luckily we were able to get back rolling June 1st and got to spend some time with the team, and then got to do a little vacation and play a little baseball and with my son. So everything's moving along good, Stuart.
Well, Coach, I will try to talk to you. I'll call you Friday night after your game and check in with you to see how things are. But other than that, good luck Friday night, and hope everything goes well. Most of all, everybody be safe and just get it in and get it done, and just be safe.
I appreciate it, Stuart.
All right, I'll see you then.
I see it, Stuart.
All right, bye.